Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to my subscribers lesson about our speaking and writing session B2. So, dear viewers, it's Wednesday morning here in the UK, and our local time is 6:32 a.m. And once again, I'm in my class as usual with my subscribers. If you're interested to join, you have to click on the pinned comment and it will take you to the subscription page. And if you're a new user, possibly you might be able to get 2 free lessons. But if you're an old user, you need to subscribe and you'll get 10% discounts. Obviously, if you use this code Team Blue. This class is designed mostly for the IELTS candidates who are planning to sit for the exam, or those who took the exam but didn't get the required score. IELTS is an international requirement for the students for studying, migrating, training, and many other purposes in English-speaking countries, mostly the USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, and some European countries, as well as part of South Africa. Please bear in mind, IELTS exam teaches us not only the English language, but also the rubrics, the insight, other techniques and information which you can't get from anyone other than a qualified person or a teacher. And if you are interested to join, once again, click on the pinned comment or link and use this code Team Blue so that you can get discount. And this code is valid up to the 1st of September. As you might be aware, a competition between the Team Blue and Team Red has started from the 22nd of August, and it will be continued up to the 1st of September. If you're interested to join, you're more than welcome. I've got quite a few students in this class. I need to wait until they're here. So, guys, as I said, this class is mostly dedicated for the students or the candidates for the IELTS exam. And
take the IELTS exam. Congratulations! Success starts with IELTS. The speaking test is divided into 3 sections. Part 1 is the introduction and general questions. Part 2 is the long turn, and Part 3 is an analytical discussion. It's important to understand the criteria on which you will be tested in the IELTS exam. First, we consider the criteria of fluency and coherence. This is one of 4 criteria on which you will be tested. We'll cover the other 3 in later videos. Fluency and coherence refer to your ability to speak at length, including organizing ideas logically and appropriately signposting. It also refers to your ability to express and justify opinions and to discuss and speculate about issues without long pauses or repetition of the same words. Signposting is the use of words or phrases that indicate the direction of your thoughts. We will give you some examples of this in a moment. Many students try memorizing large portions of speech to repeat during the speaking test, but this can add unnecessary stress and sound unnatural. We don't recommend this approach. Here are a few tips to improve your speaking test performance. As you are speaking about a topic, build on your point of view by adding a few details. For example, if the question is, "What do you do?" rather than responding with, "I am a teacher," you might expand this to, "I have been a high school mathematics teacher in New York for over 5 years." For part 2 of the test, use the bullet points on the task card to help you structure your long turn and make notes in the 1 minute that's given using key words. In part 3 particularly, it is important to develop your answers and to speak at length. You can do this by thinking of reasons, effects, comparisons, supporting examples, and personal experience. Just make sure you are signposting what you say. For example, discussing excessive TV watching, you might mention reasons, increasing numbers of TV channels compared to a generation ago, and the popularity of TV characters. Effects, increasing obesity levels, eyesight problems, and other health issues. Experience, my nephew watches nothing except cartoons. He will not study. Here are some examples of signposting for part 3 of the test. Compare-contrast. In my view, there are 2 main differences. Responding to a point. Yes, I agree because, or I'm not sure I agree with that. You see, speculating on the future. I think we'll probably see a lot of, or maybe there'll be more, or it's unlikely that we will have. Practice is the key to increasing your fluency. There are no shortcuts. Practice using English in everyday communication as much as you can. Record yourself talking about different subjects. Then play it back and listen for linking expressions, hesitation, words you may be repeating, and times when your speech is slow. This will help improve your fluency. The assessment criteria is the only thing on which you will be tested. You will not be assessed on your appearance, body language while speaking in the exam, or your creative ideas. IELTS examiners are very consistent with their application of the IELTS assessment criteria. It is the same assessment given everywhere in the country and everywhere in the world. For more information, please see the other speaking test videos, lexical resources, grammatical range and accuracy, and pronunciation.
So, guys, let me share some speaking tips. As you might be aware, that it is very much easy to get at least band score 8 in speaking. You don't believe that, right? If you follow the criteria, guidelines, and the related information, it will help you achieve the score. I can guarantee. And most of my subscribers were able to get 8 and 8.5 in many cases in IELTS exam. So if they could get it, I believe that you can get it too. You have to be a hard worker. You have to be well focused on your target as well as your goal. Uh, Bear in mind that IELTS exam is not only the exam for English learning, but it's exam for you to know about the rubrics. And the rubrics are very easy. Wow, and what you have to do in order to get good score. Uh, Also, bear in mind that pronunciation is not a factor at all. I'll speaking task. I'll give you a little bit briefing about the speaking task 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll go from there. The best idea to start about the speaking is do not memorize any answers because it's a test for you to demonstrate your English language, and it will be better if you just do that properly. So, um, so do not memorize any answers, especially in part one, even part two and three. My suggestion, because when you have memorized an answer and you try to generate the same answer, most of the cases, our examiners, IELTS examiners, so talented, they'll be able to get you within the second. Okay, so if you have done so, it may affect your score. We don't want you to be affected by something we call it plagiarize, that you have got the answer from somewhere. Because IELTS speaking task is nothing but the creativity of your own, the way you like to present. You must speak articulately and naturally. Remember that, as pronunciation is not a factor in IELTS exam, so you have to have your own authenticity to get good score, which is why many a times people are not really sure the difference between pronunciation and accent. Guys, remember that accent is the specific people or community the way they speak, but pronunciation is the accurate techniques how a word should be pronounced. And if I give you the example, it will be easier and clear for you. Say the word um, mobile. Yeah. So when you pronounce in the British IPA or British pronunciation, we have to pronounce it mobile. But in the American English or American pronunciation, it is pronounced mobile. You see, this is the basic difference. And there are thousands of words which are different in British English and American English. It doesn't matter whatever you follow, but it will be better for you if you just follow only once while you're having the spoken English test and IELTS exam. Because if you follow only one type, pattern will help you a lot. So you have to focus on that. And the next point is sometimes it is found often that learners use big and unfamiliar words without knowing the content or meaning. It will be really not expected that you use something that is you don't know. You don't know the meaning either, but you know the word only. And it is found that most of the cases these words are used incorrectly, I should say. So my suggestion would be you must refrain from using those unfamiliar words which you are not sure of. And the next one is use a range of vocabulary. Some students they use a range of vocabs. Okay, uh, and sometimes they don't know the meaning. But if you are aware of the meaning, that's great. Your speaking would be amazed. Your chances would be higher to get good score and more score. Okay, and the next point would be using grammatical structures, different kinds of grammatical structures. What it means is that grammar is one of the fourth important features of IELTS exam, where you have to demonstrate your understanding of grammar so that you can prove you're capable of using them correctly. And the amazing part of this question is which grammar should we learn? As an IELTS candidate, I always suggest to learn tense because uh, tense is related to other grammar structures, like the basic grammar, I should say, um, capitalization. That means when to use the capital letters or small letters or uppercase or lowercase. And also, it is related to punctuation. Using punctuation correctly is important factor in your writing as well as speaking. With the wrong use, it might change the meaning or it might make the sentence meaningless. So it could be both depending on how it is used. And next one is when you study tense, you need to know about person. And I'm sure you are aware of it as well. There are three kinds of persons in grammar: first person, second person, and third person. And each person has singular and plural numbers. After that, the next part of grammar is article, where you get the concept whether something is definite or indefinite. And next part of your understanding grammar is parts of speech. As you can see from the name, parts of speech is the parts are the parts. I'm sorry, not is the parts are the parts of a sentence or a speech. Which means that in every sentence, all these words, whatever words are there, have got different names. And once you understand them well, it will be easier for you to use them correctly. The next part of grammar is which is related to tense is voice, active and passive voice, and narration, direct and indirect narration. It is important, being a learner, that we know grammar. And honestly speaking, I have realized and noticed that most of the Asian and African countries, grammar is taught in primary and secondary schools. And obviously, it is much better for being a student to know all these grammar rules. But bear in mind that it is not the grammar rule only, it is how you use them correctly. You may know many things, but you may not be able to use them correctly. So, for the grammar, try and use a range of grammatical structures using complex and simple sentences to express what you want to say. So, it is important for you, being a learner, you should know how to use complex, compound, and simple sentences, how to create or develop the writing concept about any topic. Okay, so the next point would be, when you know these things, you've got audio file or audio device in your laptop or mobile or your tablet, record yourself and and, uh, and listen to it. Most of the cases, you know, most of the cases, you'll be able to find when it's finished speaking, uh, that there might be some grammar mistakes or there might be some mistakes about pronunciation. If you are capable of detecting your own mistakes, either grammar or pronunciation, then I must say you are an amazing speaker. Not everyone can do that. And then I'll suggest you to amend it by yourself. But if not, no worries. Get a qualified person who could be teacher or tutor, who could be me as well, who can help you. And you should take help from the teacher. And that is really important for you. Okay? As I mentioned many times, that accent is never ever a problem, or you don't get any marks in IELTS exam. It's not only the IELTS exam, it's any other exam around the world. There's no marking for having accent. It's the pronunciation. So if somebody talks or speaks in a different language other than English, that's fine. But as long as we are practicing here, we have to focus on our English pronunciation only, not the accent. Sometimes it is allowed in IELTS exam to pause and think before you attempt to answer. Yeah, it is obvious that many times, depending on the questions, our learners pause for a few seconds. This pausing is fine and acceptable. Remember that it's up to certain point. Okay, and what that means that you cannot be quiet or you can't pause more than 10, maximum 15 seconds. Otherwise, it will be affecting a score. It will affect your fluency. So, if you remember, fluency is the speed of the technique the way speak about any topic. Uh, any topic. So, it doesn't also uh, include your grammar structure. Fluency merely measures the continuity, the incessant speaking of a learner without being repetitive, without being pause. Okay. And sometimes you can pause, as I said, the maximum is 10 to 15 seconds. And sometimes you can bring some phrases like this, which are acceptable, remember. Though it is a test, you can say that. You can use these sentences like, that's an interesting question. Then you could say, I have never thought about that. Let me see. Or you can say, that's a good point. Sometimes you can say that that's a difficult question, but I'll try. This is a good point. I never thought of it. So these are some of the techniques. Okay, let's move on. Another important matter is that avoid fillers or catchword. Very often you might be able to see that sometimes some of our speakers have a habit of using same words again and again, and we call them, we call these words is fillers or crutch words. And the most commonly used fillers are like. So sometimes some people use the other fillers as well. And the most commonly I've seen is actually, and you know, These are some of the fillers. In order to get good scores and in order to establish yourself a better speaker, I will suggest you to avoid them. And avoiding is very easy. It all depends on a strong desire and interest. And do not be limited to your answer yes or no, which is found in many occasions from our users and candidates. Uh, like if the question is, what do you do, instead of saying simply, I'm an English teacher, you can elaborate an accent like this. I've been teaching English in a primary school of New York for the last 5 years, where my main focus is to help our primary students. Look at this answer. It should be like this. Oh, Sabrina wants to join. Teacher. How you doing, Sabrina?
I
I
just
just
want to
want to
add a
add a
little
little
bit
bit
of
of
blue
blue
to
to
your
your
life.
life.
Oh, that's great. Welcome.
How are you, teacher Rahat? Oh my
I'm
god, my voice. How are you, teacher? How are you, teacher Rahat?
I'm doing great. Teacher Sabrina, are you okay? Have you had your lunch yet?
I did. I had my lunch. I had my dinner. I had my everything.
You had lunch dinner all together. Blimey, that's really amazing.
Yeah. So you're talking about? I just want to say hi.
That's
You know.
great. No problem. Because my students didn't join. None of them. Possibly
Yeah.
they're
And I
busy.
wanna. I wanna share something if you don't mind.
Sure, go ahead.
I
Welcome.
made I made some like templates for the students to use for if they support Team Blue, and they can use the templates like the pictures as their profile picture for Team Blue.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We've got someone just now. Hi, Ochu.
Hi,
Welcome.
sir. Good
Hey,
morning. Thank you.
Chu.
Hi, Sabrina.
Good morning. So, how are you doing today, Ochu?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
I'm quite good. I'm always good. Thank you for joining. You might be aware, Sabrina is another teacher from Indonesia.
Yes, yes,
If you
yeah.
have got any questions, it's your time to ask her.
Okay, so, uh, okay, so she is into vocabulary or something, or any?
Sabrina, would you like to tell about yourself? It's a
Oh
chance
yeah,
to
hi.
marketize, yeah?
Yeah, marketize. Hi, Ochu. My
Hi.
name is Sabrina. I am from Indonesia, and I usually teach. I usually have conversation and reading classes for
Okay,
all levels.
okay,
And if you want, my thing is, I want you to be comfortable when you're talking in English. So I
yeah,
hope that in your journey with me, you can become more comfortable and start to sound more fluent when you're speaking English.
okay, yeah,
Whatever your goals are. Yeah.
okay. So, yeah, I'm someone who is very shy to speak in a public or when I'm asked to speak on a topic. So currently, I'm taking this IELTS class from my hometown, but first few days I couldn't speak anything. I was like very going very blank when I get a question. But now I'm doing better. I also downloaded this app and it's actually helping me a lot. Yeah.
That's good.
Mm. But still, maybe when I have to speak face to face, I don't know how much I can like yeah, speak. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, Teacher Rahat will help with that, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, what were we discussing? Is it about IELTS reading? Oh,
Speaking. Do you,
Speaking. Okay,
okay.
yeah.
So I've got a question here, Ochu. So the classes you're taking locally,
Yeah.
how many days you have to attend there?
It's online class, so during the weekdays, every morning at 10, I'll get a call from my teacher, and she will actually, it's like the speaking test only. She'll be asking some introductory questions, then cue card, and then the after that, there's some the part three questions, right? So, yeah.
Oh, only
So,
speaking part.
yeah,
Yes,
I'm only taking the speaking part. Okay.
great.
I'm, yeah, that's what I'm giving more importance. I know reading is also difficult, but if I can only feel like I can do the speaking, then I will be able to attend the test, like the
Okay.
IELTS class. Yeah.
Okay. Think today teacher Sabrina is your examiner and she's going to ask you a question.
Oh my God, that's scary.
No, that's not scary. That is the reflection that what you have learned from your online teaching, online school.
Okay,
You
yeah.
can demonstrate that, whatever you have learned. Teacher
Okay.
Sabrina, would you like to ask her question?
I have no idea what questions I should ask. I would love to. Uh,
Okay, so in IELTS speaking part one is very general question like name,
Yeah.
where the person is from, and
yeah.
why they're taking the test. And another part would be any question related to work, family, or interest.
Okay. Okay, I got it. I think.
All right. So would you like to ask any question, Teacher Sabrina?
Yeah, sure. So Ochu, what is your name?
My name is Ochu Jaws, and yeah. Okay, so these are answers should be precise, right? Okay. I
Yeah.
was about to say more about me. Yeah.
That's right. But here, there is another addition here, Teacher Sabrina and Ochu. If you've got a nickname and sometimes we called pet name, you
Yeah.
can always use it. Though my name is Ochu, but my family members, or you can say my father or mother or brother, calls me by this name.
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So my name is Ochu Jose, and my family members call me Rochi. Yeah.
Okay. And where are you from, Ochu?
I'm from Kerala, a state in India.
Okay, that sounds nice. I have no idea what else to ask.
No worries, I'll ask the counter question. So, Ochu, why your city is famous for?
My city is famous for its rivers and lakes. There are also great monuments like a church building which is located in Pala, the town. Yeah, these are the things my city is famous for.
Okay.
Ochu, do you like to go on walks?
Yes, I like to go on walks, especially during the morning time, and I I like to take a walk with my dog. Yeah.
Okay. Teacher Rahat?
Was I right? The sentence was right or wrong? I don't know. Take a walk
Eh,
with my dog. I don't know.
no,
Yeah,
it's fine. I just don't know what else to ask.
that's correct. But Teacher Sabrina and I'll Ochu,
Yeah.
in order to get good score in speaking and writing, I
Mm-hmm.
always advise in every lesson you have to know how to create compound and complex sentences
Yeah.
because most of the cases students do not know how to create them. But those who create it or use it, they get the highest score. And so, Teacher Sabrina, you can ask her a complex sentence, or the other way, you can give an answer in a complex sentence. You know,
I see.
So we have to include and on but. Is that what you meant, sir?
yeah, compound and complex sentence, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
I, like, if it's like, if the question is, do you like chocolate? Yes, I do like chocolate, but I only like milk chocolate when compared to dark chocolate. Is that what you meant? Like,
Yeah, in complex and compound sentences, we use conjunctions.
okay, anti.
So
Yeah.
Mm. Oh.
okay, like one common question is why your city is famous for.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You have answered in a simple sentences,
Mm-hmm.
but you can always make a creative sentence like compound or complex sentences
Okay.
using conjunctions. That depends on you how you can do that. Yeah, but I can give you some ideas. You know,
Okay.
yes, this is Sabrina. Go on.
No, no, I'm just agreeing with what you're saying.
Using compound and complex sentence answers always values your speaking and writing. And so, my suggestion would be towards you to get to know how you can write them as well as practice them.
Yeah.
What about asking questions that can elicit more answers? Like sometimes they would answer that, like if you ask them like, "What is your name?" Uh, or not, "What is your name?" I guess like, "Where are you from?" They would just say, "I am from blank," and then that's it.
Yeah, that is simple sentence. But if you want to answer this, teacher Sabrina or Ochu, I'm from a city which is famous for. Look, you're using which as a relative pronoun to
Mm-hmm.
make it more interesting for like touristic spots or
Okay.
monuments or history of India or Kerala, etc.
Mm.
Remember, the more you add vocabs and those interesting verbs, I should say phrases, it will value your speaking.
Okay.
One simple answer is that, like, what do you do, Ochu? What's your
Uh,
profession?
Currently, I'm a homemaker, but I used to be an interior designer before, and I have worked in a firm for 3 years in Kerala.
This is an amazing answer, teacher Sabine. You see, it is not a simple sentence; it is a complex sentence.
Yeah.
Like most of the cases, people answer in a simple sentences. But you have
Mm.
used but and also have explained and linked some other ideas. The concept of complex and compound sentences great or bring at least two ideas or more than two ideas in a sentence using linking words or conjunctions,
Mm.
and that will really value your writing as well as speaking. Like if I ask teacher Sabrina, what do you do? What will be your answer, teacher Sabrina?
Wait 1 second.
Sure.
Sorry. Okay, what do you do? I am an online English teacher and I work on an online platform that helps me to teach students from across the globe.
Yes, good answer. Most of the times, people answer it in a simple way, simple sentence. I'm this,
Right.
I'm that. The answer is finished. But you have used two concepts or two ideas. So you have to be careful if you want to use complex or compound sentence.
Okay.
Right.
We call it, fan voice. Yeah.
Huh?
Fan voice, the acronyms of the all,
Oh, fanboys. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, fanboys.
like
Oh, yeah.
for, and, nor, but, or, yet. So
Oh,
acronym.
I haven't heard of this fan voice.
Use these acronyms, which are the combination of different conjunctions in your
Mm-hmm.
speaking.
Okay. So
Uh,
this is for and not
for,
but
and, nor, not nor, not
no. Okay, no.
nor, but,
Nor.
or, yet. So the common
Okay.
conjunction that you use in daily
Mhm.
conversation.
Okay.
Okay. Uh,
Neither
Fan.
this, neither this nor that nor,
yes,
right?
you can use those as well. Those conjugation. Those are conjugation. I should say conjugation conjunctions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and smiling helps you good pronunciation. That is a really fact. Don't. And another technique is don't speak in monotone. Teacher Sabrina can highlight a little bit. What is monotone, Teacher Sabrina?
So monotone is when you sound the same the whole time, like from the beginning to the end, that you sound flat and you don't have like a difference. The difference is when you go up, it's going to sound more expressive, and when you go down, it's going to make you look sad.
Okay.
Hmm. And monotone is only used by the, we say
Robot?
robots, robotic technology, or the machinery, or non-human voice. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure you may have watched
Yeah,
many movies that is based on science fiction, like Terminator 1, 2, yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger, or any other movies, you know, what are the recent movies?
Transformers. I don't know.
Transformers, yeah, where, this robot speak but yeah, they have got a little bit variation, but their voice is deep. Yes, we are robots, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be another technique.
Mm-hmm.
And next one is practice. Get to know what are the common topics like tourism and travel, education, transport, environment, family life, sport and recreation, crime and punishment, internet, advertising, retail. And these are the common points using correct grammar, clarity. I'll ask teacher Sabrina to highlight a little bit clarity and accuracy to Ochu.
But if I'm talking like this, you will understand what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
right? If I'm mumbling, it means like I'm saying words that is not clear.
Yeah.
So like if I'm talking like this, sometimes you might not understand what I'm saying, like.
Yeah. In a
But if
low
I'm
voice,
talking
maybe.
like
Yeah.
this, yes, it's more clear.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And
Right.
another point is that in IELTS speaking, self correction, if you can correct yourself, that means you are
Mm-hmm.
an amazing speaker and learner. Not everyone can do that.
Yeah.
Because it shows that you are aware that you already made a mistake.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, sir, like today when I spoke with my teacher, when I was answering, I was asked like, for example, like, uh, okay, I'm not getting that question. So I'll just give an example. Like, what is your city famous for? So I'll be saying it's got rivers and lakes and it has got monuments. Also, I said also, but then I don't have anything to say. Then how can I self correct it? Like I said also, and I wanted to say something, but I'm not getting that particular word. Then how can I like go on? Like,
Okay, I'll ask this part first to teacher Sabrina, then I'll add something. By the way,
yeah.
I've got 2 minutes 45 seconds. Go on, teacher Sabrina. How can she extend her answer? That's a question.
Like I don't know the next word. Like city is famous for this, and I stole and, but I'm not getting that particular word.
Oh,
Yeah. Then how can I tell them that I made a mistake and then conclude it?
No, you don't have to tell them your mistake. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
so teacher
It's
Sabrina, did you get her point? She got stuck after saying and she couldn't continue. So what would be your suggestion or advice for her in this case?
If you could try to conclude your sentence naturally, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, but she
Just
want
ignore what I did. Yeah. Just ignore the
no,
also or and that I said.
but if
Yeah.
you can bring more ideas, that's fine. Ochu. Okay, so the
Mm-hmm.
best option is that
Mm-hmm.
remember if you want. That's why I said if you get a good habit of creating compound and complex sentences. Like
Yeah.
your city is famous for say rivers, monuments, or say maybe you can say architectures. But people also come from different countries to have a view of the natural beauty because there are rivers, as you see, or there is a forest. You
Okay,
see, you
okay.
have used but to extend your answer, and sometimes you need to choose the word quickly, I should say, in the twinkle of an eye, which is why I always suggest our learners to learn more vocabs, which can broaden the horizon of their speaking quality. So learning vocabs is very important in IELTS exam.
Is it vocabulary you meant or
Yeah,
something else?
vocabulary. We call it
Okay.
lexical resources, or synonyms, antonyms, phrasal verbs, even phrases, and sometimes you can use it some dialects as well. We have got 40 seconds. Okay. So remember, the more you practice, you will be more confident. Yeah, practice is the keyword.
Okay. And one more doubt, sir. Like, oh, Sabrina, ma'am. If I don't know an answer, like I'm sure that I don't know, I can't make up anything. Then how will I reply? Like, I will answer.
Oh,
We have
only
got
15.
15 seconds. You can simply say,
Okay.
sorry, I don't know, but I'd like to know it later. All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
Thank
teacher
you.
Sabrina and Ochu.
Yeah.
Thank you,
It's
Thank
my
you.
sir.
pleasure
Bye.
to get both of you. I'll see you some other time. You take care and bye.
Thank
Me
you. Bye.
too.
Bye, Sabrina. Bye, sir.
Bye.